Cheese Country will play host to the latest round of IMSA. And with the full cohort here for the next round of the Endurance Series, let's talk about the Motul Sportscar Grand Prix from Road America. And we'll start off with the schedule. Spread over the Saturday and Sunday for the on-track action, you have various different sports series such as the Mustang Challenge, Carrera Cup, Super Trofeo, and the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. All of those support the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, and I will tell you the timings for these in UK time, bearing in mind that that is going to be 5 hours ahead of what's going on for the States. I will give local time as well. So starting off the Saturday stuff, you will have the qualifying being available from 5:35 PM local to 7:10 PM local. That is 10:30 at night on Saturday through to early hours of Sunday morning for the qualifying. I don't see anything about the broadcast schedule for the practice, but the race itself will be 2 PM to 5 PM local. So for those of us in the UK, that is 7 PM to 10 PM. You can watch that online through IMSA TV, but you can also watch that on YouTube. There are multiple different ways that you can watch IMSA races, and it is a great series to watch for free. So if you're thinking about when you'd watch WEC, if you don't have a WEC TV and you're one of those people who chooses to do something bootleg, you don't have to worry about that for IMSA. You get more classes because you also get the LMP2. And in addition to getting more classes, you get it for free from the source on YouTube. The other ones, you can usually find the races available on YouTube as well. I think qualifying is going to be available for the various different series. But yeah, the only other things I can see being listed on the broadcast schedule are the races. So you get, I think, one race each day, with the only exception being IMPC. The Road America 120 is on the Saturday. And out at Elkhart Lake, where Road America is, you can expect, well, relatively clear weather, a very low chance of rain. Precipitation is as high as 10% for the whole weekend. Most of the time it's down towards 5%. And the forecast calls for a high of 27 on the Saturday and a high of 26 during the race on Sunday. So similar temperatures to what you might expect if you're watching the Hungarian Grand Prix, but with much less of a chance of showers or storms. In terms of the entry list, we have 49 entries for this event. 11 of them are GTPs, mostly unchanged as well from their previous appearance 2 rounds ago, because remember, they didn't go north of the border to Mosport. You have the 6th and the 7th for Porsche Penske, with Jaminet and Campbell and Nazar and Tandy. The 10 Wen Taylor for Taylor and Albuquerque. Ross Gunn and DeAngelis behind the wheel of the 23 Heart of Racing Aston Martin Valkyrie. Then you have the 2 BMWs of Engen van Voor for the 24, and then Wittmann and van der Linde for the 25. 31 Whalen entry for Aitken and Bamber, the 40 Wayne Taylor Racing for Jordan Taylor and Louis Delatraz, the 60 Meyer Shank for Tom Blomqvist and Colin Brown, the 85 JDC Miller for Tiemann van den Helm and Jean-Marie Bruni, and then rounding out the list, you have the Meyer Shank Racing 93 for Renko van Sander and Nicolaloli. No Lamborghini this weekend. 14 LMP2s are also entered. The United number 2, the CrowdStrike 4, the Tower 8, the TDS 11, the Era 18, the United 22, the Inter-Europol 43, PR1 Matthiasson 52, the 61 Team Tonus entry, Pratt Miller's 73, the 74 Riley, the 79 JDC Miller, the AF Corsa 88 with the Perez Compangs behind the wheel of it, the 99 AO Racing rounding out the entry list. There were some drivers like Van der Zande who had gone into LMP2 last time around. They're back in their GTPs, so these are the similar kind of LMP2 lineups to what we've seen at previous rounds of the season. So I'm thinking, for instance, rounds like the Glen. GTD Pro has 10 entries. The PMR number 1 BMW, the Corvette number 3 by Pratt Miller, and the number 4 by Pratt Miller. The FAF number 9 Lamborghini, the number 14 Vassar Sullivan Lexus, the PMR 48 BMW, the 64 and 65 Ford Multimatic Motorsports Mustangs, the the 77 AO Racing Porsche, and the 81 Dragon Speed Ferrari. In GTD, there are 14 entries. The number 12 Vasser Sullivan, the AWA 13, the Triasi Competizione 296 number 21, the Heart of Racing 27 Vantage, the Mercedes 32 for Korthoff, the Conquest Ferrari 296 number 34, the DXDT Racing number 36 Corvette, and that has got Robert Wickens back behind the wheel of it. It's Wickens and Udell driving it. The 45 Wayne Taylor Racing Lamborghini for Formal and Hindman, the Winwood 57 Mercedes, the Gradient 66 Mustang, the Inception 70 Ferrari, the Forte Racing Huracan number 78, the number 96 Turner Motorsport BMW, and rounding out the entry list, the number 120 Wright Motorsports Porsche 911, making the 49 car list. Looking back 12 months, and it was a Porsche 1-2. I bet they'd be looking for something like that after the recent run of form. They were dominating the early part of the season, just winning. And then after Laguna Seca, we haven't seen Porsche back on the top step. So either the 6 or the 7, I don't know which one will end up being on top, but I would probably suggest that recent award winner Nick Tandy will probably want to try and get that 6 back to its winning ways. But yeah, the 6th led the 7 home by 4/10 of a second. The podium was rounded out by the Wayne Taylor Racing Acura at the time. Then it was the Wayland Cadillac in 4th, and the Proton Competition 963 in 5th, ahead of the JDC Miller 963. We could see a complete change of form for this time around as well. I would not be surprised if we see a better run by the Cadillacs. I would also not be surprised if we saw the BMWs running better as well. Again, the car that ended up getting pole position all the way through to Detroit, wasn't it? I would expect that they will be back towards the front. But you can't really tell. In the other classes, the LMP2 was won by the number 2 United Autosports of Ben Hanley and Ben Keating, ahead of the JDC Miller and AO Racing entries. AO Racing have been really competitive. I wouldn't be surprised if they perform really well here, but there'll be some drivers who will be trying to make up for issues that they had last time. So, meanwhile, in the GTD Pro, it went the way of the 35 Conquest last year from the PMR1 and the Heart of Racing 23, whilst GTD itself had the Turner 96 win from the Inception 70 and the Gradient 66. Now, if other GT races are to be observed as potential factors for this, that BMW has had mighty grunt across different bops in recent weeks. So it could be that we see Turner and PMR performing really well here. They have certainly been down their luck in more recent events. I mean, I'm just thinking of Detroit as the main example of that. But at the same time, Corvette could do quite well. I mean, the corner profiles are often quite start and stop, but there are some bits, there's sweepers and medium speed corners that suit mid and rear engine platforms better, but you can never really rule out the Lexus either, can you? Either way, folks, those are my thoughts, feelings and observations. Thank you so much for watching and joining, and I hope to see you again soon for more. Till then, it's bye for now.